Mark Zuckerberg wants to move the Facebook into the metaverse. Not to be left behind, Satya Nadella wants to take Microsoft Teams into metaverse. But what is this metaverse? I am Pritish Mukherjee from Praxis Business School, and I want to introduce you to the metaverse. The metaverse reloaded. But why reloaded? Because the metaverse as a concept has been around for quite some time. In the 1990s, a science fiction novel called Snow Crash introduced the concept, and in the early years of the 21st century, around 2004, 5, and 6, the Second Life platform emerged as a perfect example of the metaverse. Now, for a variety of reasons, the platform was not very popular, but now it has come back again. Why is it that the two big names in the software industry are going into the metaverse? But before that, let us understand what is the metaverse. The metaverse is a digital public space for social and commercial activities. That's a big word. Let's break it up into parts. A shopping mall is a public space for social and commercial activities. Now, why social? Because you can meet other people out there and you can be polite with them or rude with them. Why commercial? Because actual business is transacted. You can buy and sell things in a shopping mall. Now, let's take it inside the digital environment, the metaverse. Can we replicate this digitally? But you would say, what's so new about it? We have had a social environment like Facebook or Twitter. We have had a commercial environment like Amazon or Flipkart. So, what is new? There are three or four things which are new out here. The first and most important is the physicality. The metaverse is a three-dimensional environment. To understand that, I'll show you a little video a little later. But before that, you can understand that you have avatars. What are avatars? Avatars are your digital representation. The word comes from the Hindu concept of an avatar, where gods used to manifest themselves in the physical human world. Similarly, when a human being manifests himself in the digital world, it's called an avatar. A user ID or a password is also an avatar, but it is a very low level avatar. It is not a physical avatar. Physical avatars can interact with each other, in a physical sense. They can hold each other, push each other, and so on and so forth. The physicality. You can go behind an avatar, in front of an avatar, stuff like that. So this is the first aspect, the physicality and the virtual reality technology, the augmented reality technology that Facebook is popularizing in Oculus and Microsoft in the HoloLens is going to play a big role in this metaverse. That's number one. Number two, it's social. Social, why? Because there are lots of people out there. You can interact positively or negatively. Okay, so that's social. The third thing is commercial. Commercial here means you can, buy and sell things, but you could buy and sell things on Amazon. So what's new out here? Well, these are digital artifacts. Digital artifacts are, to begin with, things like, say, images or movies, but they can scale up to something much larger, like cars or like houses. Here comes the very interesting concept of how do you establish ownership of a digital artifact. Okay, and here comes the concept of cryptocurrency, which is why the entire metaverse is guided and controlled through the exchange of cryptocurrency or crypto tokens, as they say, or the non fungible tokens. Which is why when you log into uh, the metaverse, your identity is established not through a fancy name, but through the identity of your crypto wallet. So the crypto wallet is your one and only identity in the metaverse. Okay. And this is very important. And we'll see that in just a minute right now. This is Decentraland, a metaverse that you can explore through the Chrome browser. Let's get started. We can play as a guest or with my wallet. We are using my MetaMask wallet. And this is the Genesis Plaza in the heart of. So you see, there are other people out here with whom I can interact with. It takes a while to get used to it. This is my avatar, the fellow in the green shirt. I can move around like this. I can talk to people. I can move away from them. And I can meet and discuss with others. It is physical. I can't go beyond this glass pane. I can't. But the other places I can go to, which is like inside this water fountain, and I go to a different place and I can move around here. And here I can talk to others. There are fewer people out here. So this is what it is like to move around in the metaverse. Okay, here you can be meeting others, talking with them, and even transacting business, as in the case that you could be buying something from this bartender who is in Octopus. I could also talk. Hello, hi there. See the other people coming in, not very friendly and polite right now. If I knew somebody, I could be doing better. So this is your first quick look at Decentraland. If that was your first glimpse of the metaverse, you may be left underwhelmed. What's so new about this? Those of you who have been playing computer games would have seen environments which are far more elegant and smooth and sophisticated compared to the avatars that we saw in Decentraland. But there are two fundamental differences. First, what you saw just now was the metaverse as viewed on a 2D laptop screen, which is not good. The real metaverse, which Facebook and Microsoft is bringing to the table, will be based on VR technologies. Oculus from Facebook and HoloLens from Microsoft, which will give you an immersive experience. When you put on these goggles or helmets, you will not be able to see the world around you. You will only see the metaverse and you will be completely immersed there. That will give you a much easier and comfortable feeling of being in the metaverse. That's number one. Number two, very important, is the concept of ownership. In all these games, the artifacts that you see, the houses, the guns, the cars, they're all built by the company who owns the game. In the open world metaverse that we see today, you will be building these games and you will own them and you will be able to transfer them to others for a consideration or sell them through cryptocurrency wallets. So that is very important in the metaverse. To see what kind of things you can make, I'll take you into my own little place in Second Life, where you'll see my Kali Mandir. So this is Second Life, another metaverse, which does not work on a browser and is not so well integrated with the crypto world. But it's older, has been around since 2006, and this is where I have built my Kali Mandir. Well, the experience is similar, except that everything you see out here has been built by me. And my avatar will appear shortly. That's me appearing. It's night time, and we have some lights glowing out here. So let me change the time of the world. Okay. And here you see, that's my avatar out here. And I could actually fly. And once I fly, I have to operate with those keys of mine. And you can see the beautiful temple that I've built. It's called the Mahamaya temple. Mahamaya, of course, means the illusion. Important thing is, it's just not me. There are others out here who are also building. These are my neighbors, and they've been all been building interesting things. And this is what distinguishes a true metaverse from others. Even here, I can, move around, walk, just like the way I could in the Decentraland. But this is a little bit more elegant and sophisticated. On the other hand, it's not so tightly integrated. Okay, so that's it. Second Life. Everything out here has been built by me, including these advertisements. So you see, that was my Kali Mandir in Second Life. So now that you see the metaverse, you'll see it has three main components: the social aspect, where you can interact with people; the ownership, the value aspect, which is manifested through cryptocurrency. And you know how the rage cryptocurrencies right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum, have become very popular, very widespread. But the third technology is the key, and that is the virtual reality technology, which will give you an immersive experience. That is going to happen to us very shortly through things like HoloLens from Microsoft and Oculus from Facebook. Till then, stay tuned and keep learning about the metaverse. Prithvish Mukherjee, Praxis Business School, Calcutta.